prosecutor Bernarda Villalona. In Los Angeles, California, former federal prosecutor Nima Rahmani. And in Minneapolis, Minnesota, criminal defense attorney Mike Brandt is with us tonight. All right, I got to start with Bernarda, guys, because she was in the courtroom. She's in New York. She's watching what's happening there. Bernarda, from your perspective, what are you seeing in that courtroom? And let me ask you this. Is information being suppressed from the public? Are they not getting information that they would get in other federal trials? Is there some sort of conspiracy, whether it's to kick people out of the courtroom, to keep information from going out? What's going on?
Vinny, there was so much fireworks going on in the courtroom, and not just today, but especially on Monday doing opening statements. Look, in this federal courthouse, they're not keeping people out. For example, on the R. Kelly trial, there were only 2 courtrooms that were open aside from the room where the trial was taking place, the overflow room. In this trial with Ghislaine Maxwell, on Monday, there were 6 overflow rooms in addition to the courtroom where the trial is taking place. Today, there were 4 overflow rooms for the public to come in if they wanted to come in. So the courthouse is definitely open for anyone who wants to come in and watch the trial. There's nothing that's being suppressed from the public. The only caveat is that you can't record anything. You can't record audio or visual or take pictures. That's definitely prohibited in federal courthouse, and that's always been the case in federal trials here and throughout the country. In terms of what is going on in the courtroom, Jane was able, she's been testifying since yesterday, and today she was on cross-examination the entire morning, plus the good part of the afternoon. Jane held her own. She was adamant about what Jeffrey Epstein did to her at the age of 14 years old. And she even brought it to perspective that she was 14 years old, 5'2", and 90 pounds when she met Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell at the summer camp back in 1994. And that it was Maxwell that tried to normalize this activity, tried to make her comfortable with this sexual activity that was going on, but that she was definitely present for these acts that were taking place. The cross-examination, though, spent hours, the defense, and trying to tear her up with prior inconsistent statements. The only problem with that is that those statements weren't written by her, and they weren't reviewed by her. Also, during cross-examination, the defense tried to get into that she received a $5 million settlement. And that settlement was enhanced because she was cooperating with the prosecution. At one point, Jane actually broke down and started crying that she's ashamed about what happened to her. She wants closure. She wants to be able to move on with her life. She wants to put this past her, that she's been living with this dark secret for so many years. That's what she wants at the end with this trial. In terms of name dropping, she did mention Donald Trump, that there was a point when Jeffrey Epstein took her at the age of 14 years old to Mar-a-Lago to Donald Trump's home. Nothing else was said about that. She also mentioned Prince Andrew, but in regards to him, she just said that she was on an airplane with him. Not much else was mentioned from that. But there's nothing that's being hidden. You can go into the courthouse, you can watch the trial, you can listen to what's going on. It's a lot of hours, but it's definitely some juicy info. Definitely juicy and definitely entertaining.
All right, Nima.
What if the news was different and covered more than one?